Arsenal aim for a new defender. Alcacer wants to leave. Liverpool's title charge continues. We've got a transfer roundup and today's Friday Feels all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host, Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First off, and Arsenal are seriously interested in Bayern Munich's Jerome Boateng. So much so that Sky Germany have said that a fee is close to being agreed and they may enter talks with the German international within the next few days. A fee of 15 million has been stated, but apparently Bayern Munich wants a little bit more. Jerome Boateng has spoken with interim manager Hansi Flick, who'll be in charge until the end of the season, and the manager apparently said that, well, it's his career. He's good enough to play for Bayern, but if he chooses to leave, then so be it. That's pretty much the managerial equivalent of saying, we don't really need you, you can go. It's clear in the last few years that Boateng hasn't quite been the player that he once was, certainly not the defender that won the World Cup, but let's be honest, Arsenal's defence are nowhere near what they once were, so they could definitely do with him, even if he is the wrong side of 30. What this would mean, though, is that Arsenal have perfect cover for Callum Chambers. Unfortunately, he is out for 9 months after damaging his ACL again, and it means that there will be a slightly older look to the defence, but a little bit more experience to help cover at the back. This all part of Arteta's rebuild as he aims to get Arsenal back into the top 4. But talking of German footballers and to a German football club, Dortmund, who made that amazing signing of Erling Braut Haaland. But what it means is that Paco Alcacer wants to leave the club. Now, he's played 40 games for Dortmund, scored 26 goals, and has generally been a pretty decent player, but he's always been the super sub. This is just something that I feel like suits his career, suits his style of play, and he's always going to be that guy. There were rumours that he wants to move back to La Liga, and it looks like Atletico Madrid are the goal-shy top team who could do with Alcacer in their side. He's just not the kind of guy who can play up front by himself. Reminds you a bit of Jermaine Defoe in England. Always needed someone alongside him, always going to be a super sub. Alcacer's not going to run the channels, have brilliant hold-up play, aerial ability, or anything like that to constantly threaten a team for 90 minutes. So he comes off the bench and does the business from there. Last season, he actually broke the record for the most amount of goals in the Bundesliga from coming off the bench. What it means is that someone will have to pay around 40 million euros for the Spaniard. That's how much Dortmund want for him, and he'll want to revive his career and maybe even get back into the Spanish squad. But away from the transfers for a bit and to a recap of last night's football where, surprise, surprise, Liverpool won. They beat Sheffield United 2-0, and while that's not such an amazing result, it now means that they have gone one whole year unbeaten in the Premier League. It's just utterly ridiculous how good and how consistent they've been in the last year since losing to Manchester City. In fact, in that time, they've picked up 101 points, and although they haven't got any domestic success just yet, the title is pretty much theirs. They're 13 points ahead of Leicester with a game in hand, and things are only going to get better for Jurgen Klopp's side. Of course, they are still fighting on all other major fronts, including the FA Cup, during which they play this weekend against Merseyside rivals Everton, and of course they're still in the Champions League. In this time, it's been 37 games during which they're unbeaten, meaning they're only 12 behind, equaling Arsenal's record of 49. Of course, Arsenal did it, won the Premier League, and then continued at the start of the following season, so Liverpool have kind of done it the other way around. They've been doing it since last January and all the way out to this January, and then probably up until May. I can see them going invincible for the rest of the season. The only tricky game will be away at Man City. So next up, we come to a quick roundup of the rest of the day transfer news and rumours, and because the transfer window's open, they're absolutely flying around. Apparently, Inter Milan representatives have met with the representatives of Christian Eriksen with a view to offering him a pre-contract agreement. Manchester United want to fill that number 10 role with either Leicester's James Maddison or Aston Villa's Jack Grealish. Aston Villa are also looking at bringing in Michy Batshuayi on a loan with a view to a permanent deal. And Arsenal and Spurs are both interested in Atletico Madrid winger Thomas Lemar. So lastly but not least, we come to today's Friday Feels, so you guys leave your footballing predictions for the weekend's game in the comment section below. Of course, to read out some of the correct ones on Monday, something that Paddy actually forgot to do last week, as you guys so well noted. But what we're going to do is go for a few upsets in the FA Cup. Of course, the English FA Cup third round is this weekend, and there are some massive ties. First off, I'm going for Rochdale to beat Newcastle, and I also think that Burnley are going to get upset by Peterborough. And finally, in the derby between Barcelona and Espanyol at the weekend, I can only see Barcelona kicking off the new year with a 4-0 victory. So there you have it from me today. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on all of the transfer news and your Friday Feels. Whilst you're down there, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.